Hey there everybody, what is going on? My name is Aditya and welcome back to another brand new video regarding Semantic UI. And in today's video, as I said back in the video where I talked about transitions, I'm going to be showing you something that is very cool. But yeah, just a side note, a little warning, don't go ahead and try to make your own Google with the help of this little thing, because it is not going to be possible for you. Alright, so with that being said, that's just one warning, and let's just get right into this. So the search functionality in Semantic UI is something that comes out of the box, which most of the other UI frameworks don't give out. Most of the times you're going to be requiring some other tools, maybe like Elasticsearch, or if you want to build your own way, so you need lots of Ajax queries and lots of stuff like that. So this comes out of the box, so this is quite cool. So for creating the search functionality in Semantic UI, as usual, we need a few elements in HTML and lots of JavaScript is needed. Just a side note, by the way, go ahead and learn JSON if you don't know what exactly it is. Now, if you are hearing JSON word for the first time, well, I guess you are not going to be understanding most of the part of this video. And if you are not even knowing what exactly the API is, the REST APIs are, you're out of luck, because most of the stuff that I'm going to be showing in this video is going to be regarding those all things. So obviously, let's just jump right into the code. So first thing I want is .ui.search. Now obviously, every single time in our new video, I go ahead and do this thing. By the way, I cleared off all of the back content because I did mess up in some points. I'm making this video like second time right now, so obviously I messed up a little bit, so that isn't really there. So .ui.search, and inside in here I want to go ahead and put in two different things. Now the first one is obviously the input, whose type is text, but note one thing, that its class is going to be equals to prompt. Alright, so that means it's going to prompt out the user whatever the value we put in. Now where it will prompt is in the results div that we are going to be putting right over here. So notice how it stacks up. Now obviously you can go ahead and style out your input as much you want, because I don't really care about how much you're gonna style. You can go ahead and put in their little icon of search, and you can go ahead and make it spin. You can go ahead and make it anyhow you want, but the basic things that you need is just an input and this little results div right over here. Now moving up next, let's just go ahead and try and see what exactly happens when I say an F5. So you can see there's that little thing, and I'm gonna give it a placeholder just in case I forget where it is. So search. So now that looks a little bit more cool than the previous time. So jumping up next, I want to go ahead and create in a little bit of script for this. So $, obviously, as usual, that little stuff. I'm really sorry. Okay, .ui.search, make it a search, and we are not going to be passing any parameters right now. Now notice how we are creating a little JavaScript object right over here. So at this point you need a JSON, that is JavaScript object notation thingy. So it's like an array. If you have ever learned about the programming concepts in those things, there is one array thingy. So it is an array onto which everything stacks up. So you can go ahead and put in different types of objects in there. Consider it as a bottle which contains lots of candies, and inside those candies, inside those wrappers, there are some candies, just like that. Consider it in that way. So obviously what I'm going to be doing here is I'm going to be creating a variable with the name, say, content or anything that you want, and go ahead and create that little JSON object right over there. So what I want inside this is a few different things. So obviously I'm gonna go ahead and put them down right now. So very first thing that we need inside every JSON object is title. Now don't really worry if you do not have those kind of things. You have different things like name and something different, but just for the sake of this starting part, I'm going to be showing you regarding the title. So obviously I go ahead and put in their title, and let's just say it is Semantic UI. Oops. Okay, and I can go ahead and put in their description. Now these are a few things that come out of the box from there, and notice the comma. All right, you don't just go ahead and skip that comma, because it will give a little bit of error in the error log, or what do you say it, inside the console right over here. It will show you some error if you do not give anything in there. So the description for this is going to be, let's just go ahead and say best UI framework out there. And what I'm going to be doing is I'm simply going to be copying and pasting this like a couple of times. And notice that for the last one there shouldn't be any comma, because JSON is very much it requires a lots of punctuation. So I don't really love JSON that much, but there's no any good alternative to JSON, so obviously we all have to use it because XML really sucks. So the next thing I want in here is a Bootstrap UI framework out there. I don't really want Bootstrap to make it that much difference. And then let's just say Zerb Foundation. What do they call themselves? Most advanced framework, right? Most advanced framework out there. And the next thing that we want is, let's just say skeleton.css. Works for small project. Works for small project. And the last one will be, let's just say bulma.css maybe. I haven't really used it that much, but I know about it. Or let's just say stylus. That's a CSS preprocessor, I guess, or post process preprocessor. All right, so it's just a CSS preprocessor. All right, so there we go. There we have a few results over there. Now how exactly does that happen? Now if you go ahead and refresh the page and try to search in anything like that, nothing really pops up, because it doesn't really know what to search for and what to search in. Now inside of here, inside of search, I'm gonna be going ahead and putting this little, and this is another JavaScript put inside that little search brackets. So inside of here, I want to go ahead and put in their source to be content, and there we have it. So if we go ahead and refresh it now, it should work just like that. So as soon as I put SE, so it just goes ahead and search for everything out there which has SE in it. Now that includes SEMANTIC, then SE, and inside of here it is somewhere over here, that S and that E, and inside of stylus that S and that E. So obviously it doesn't really matches the search results that I'm really looking forward for, but it just works. So there's one property to go ahead and turn that off, and that is full text search to the false. I guess that's how it is. So if I go ahead and try to put in Semantic UI, just wait a second guys, sometimes you need to check out the documentation, because most of the times the things don't really work the way you think, and yeah, I'm not a robot to remember all of those things. So let me see, what was that? It should be somewhere over here in the behaviors. Search local, search object, show results. Wait a second. It should be somewhere up over here. Search full text to false. Now what did, oh, full text search. I'm really sorry, guys. I'm really sorry. So search full text it is, and let's just go ahead and press F5. And now if I press SE, it just shows me semantic UI, and as soon as I remove that little S, it shows me semantic UI, skeleton.css, and stylus over there. So obviously that makes a lot of sense to you. I guess I forgot about this one thing. I don't really use the search functionality in semantic UI because I don't really personally recommend it. You know, you are having a lots of blogging platforms out there like WordPress, Tumblr, and on that there is directly search option in there. I can simply go ahead and put in whatever I want and it will come up, and I don't really want to spend a lots of time figuring out how that stuff really works. So obviously I simply went ahead and put it down like that. Now there's one more option in here that you can go ahead and put in. Now that option is named as URL, and I can simply go ahead and put in there semantic UI's URL, semanticui.com, and I can go ahead and put down URL to all of these, bootstrap.com. What is their URL? Zerb Foundation. I guess their URL is okay, foundation.zerb.com, and skeleton.css. Obviously it should be skeleton.css. I don't really remember the URLs. I'm really sorry. Get skeleton. Okay. And here it is get bootstrap. I'm sorry. And for the stylus, there is another URL that I'm gonna put in here, and that URL is where is the stylus? There we go, stylus-lang.com. Alright, so now if you go ahead and press F5 and I try to go ahead and search for something, you know, it is clickable now. As soon as I click on it, it goes to some other site like that. I guess I put down the wrong URL again, but you know, you get the concept in here. Now I can go ahead and put in here, let's just say starting from S, there's skeleton.css, stylus, and semantic UI. Now as soon as I click on skeleton.css, I guess I messed up somewhere in the skeleton.css. Oh yeah, I put down it in the description. I'm really sorry, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and put it as a URL. So now as soon as I press S, I get skeleton.css, and as soon as I click on that, I go to that site. As soon as I press S, there's stylus, and as soon as I click on that, it goes up to the stylus page. You know, if you want to go ahead and see these stylus tutorials too, just go ahead and put that down in the comment section below. I'll be creating a stylus comment. Stylus what did I say? Stylus tutorials too on this channel. Most probably the next series is going to be Aurelia. So that's going to be it for the local variables that we can go ahead and take in. Now there's something more though. You know, if you want to go ahead and grab some content from the REST APIs that I mentioned about at the starting of this video, you know, you can simply go ahead and do that. Now I have got this little API right over here, and that API is of Github Search Api. Now obviously this thing about here, that is $Q, that is the query, it's always going to be changing. Now if we go ahead and take a look at the semantic UI's documentation in here and get down to the search, and inside the behaviors, the very first thing that you see is query, which search for the value currently set. Now notice it is currently set in search input. So obviously, you know, I can simply just go ahead and say it in there in that way. Let me just go ahead and show it to you guys. API settings. Now this is how you go ahead and put down there from where the URL is going to be. So API settings is going to be from the URL, and that URL is going to be this URL right over here. Now obviously I want this thing to be changing, so I can simply just go ahead and put down those curly brackets out there just to notice that, you know, it's going to be an actual query and it is not just going to be a simple thing over there. So obviously with that, let's just go ahead and put in there comma, and I want to set up some fields in here. Now notice how in the last one, inside our content variable, we put down their title, description and URL that was matching up with those things. So in here, if we go ahead and check out, there's another items named array, and inside those items array there are those all items that have been put in there. So obviously inside of items, I want to go ahead and check out for their name, that is the title. Their description is most probably going to be I don't know, description. Obviously the description is already there, so I don't really need to put down the description. But if I want the URL, I can simply just go ahead and say HTML URL, or not URL, but you know, okay, only HTML URL. So obviously I can simply just go ahead and do it in that way. So let's just jump right into it. So I'm gonna go ahead and set in here fields, and what I want in here is gonna be inside. So the first field that I want in here is the results field. Now from where it should return the results, and that's from the items, this items array right over here. Now I'm gonna press comma, and another thing that we want is the title. Now where from it should return the title, that is going to be it most probably from the name, and description is already there. So I want the URL, and the URL will be HTML underscore URL, and there we go, there we have it, guys. So if I go ahead and press F5 right now, so let's just go ahead and search for anything that is available on the GitHub right now. So let's just say I want to search for the bootstrap. Yep, there we go. My net is working a little bit slow, so obviously you can see this is the bootstrap. Now this is official Twitter bootstrap. This is the bootstrap from Angular UI, Angular UI, I'm really sorry. Then these are some ports of bootstrap are available over there. If I go ahead and put in down say Semantic UI, it should show me the results regarding Semantic UI, Semantic UI docs, Semantic UI SAS, Angular Semantic, NG Semantic, and blah and blah and blah. I don't really care. If I go ahead and put down there RL and then I put down A, and there you can see, you know, it just goes ahead and scrambles through all of those search results and shows me the complete the best autocomplete available right now. Obviously you can do it with a lots of things. I'm just gonna quickly go ahead and search if there is any list of countries API. Yep, there it seems to be there. So rest countries.eu, and get all the countries is in here. So I can simply just go ahead and let me just see what exactly it returns. So I'm just illustrating to you guys how exactly it really works. So you know, let me copy it and paste it in here. So it is simply returning me the name and nothing much really. So let's just go ahead and try and implement this one thing inside our little project over there. So what I'm gonna be doing in here is changing this URL from this, because we're not gonna be needing any query right now. No, wait, we need a query. So for searching, is there anything? I guess no. So what I can go ahead and do is, instead of this, I can simply go ahead and put down their source, and this is going to be the source. Alright, I guess that should work. Yep, most probably. And the title is only going to be changing to the name. I guess that should do it. Is there any problem? Okay, yep, there seems to be some problems. API action. I guess I'm gonna leave this part for now, guys, because it will require a little bit of time for me to go ahead and figure out what exactly I should do. It might not take a lots of time, but I don't want to waste you guys time. How much time I wasted right now? Oh my god, 20 minutes. So it is already a very long video. I don't want to waste you guys time. If you want to see more videos like this, just slap that like button and subscribe to this channel. It will help me a lot. We are currently very close to 50 subscribers, and I'm really happy because I have never got so many subscribers. 50 seems to be a huge number for me right now. It might not seem a very huge number for you, but it seems a very huge number for me. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. Just slap that like button if you love this video. Try and see if you can go ahead and try to do that little REST API thingy with the countries in here. And peace out.